Welcome back. The Jewish Festival of Purim begins tonight, and it's celebrated by dressing up, reading an ancient scroll, and sharing gifts of food. Joining us now is Denver Rabbi Meir Simon to share some insight on this joyous celebration for the entire family. And Rabbi, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about really how often and how long do you celebrate Purim?
So Purim is a once-a-year holiday. It's for one day, but in Judaism, all the days start at the night before. So Purim will start tonight at 7:30 and will continue for 24 hours until tomorrow night.
Okay, now this is actually, what does the word Purim mean?
Purim actually comes from the Persian word. The story of Purim is the story of the anti-Semite Haman who wanted to kill all of the Jews. And he cast a lottery, which in Persian was the word pur, and to pick the day when to kill all of the Jews. And that's where we take the name Purim from, to remember that. To
remember that actual story and what happened. Okay, so now what about non-followers of the faith? Is this something that they can experience and join in on?
Of course. Purim is this universal holiday. We're celebrating the fact that someone didn't want us to let us pray and believe the way we wanted to, and we were able to persevere. I mean, the universal message of what America is founded on, I guess, that of being able to share your beliefs and believe your beliefs without being persecuted.
Absolutely, and this really is a celebration. In fact, you guys can actually have alcohol, is that correct? I mean, this is a little bit different than some of your other holidays.
So the Talmud said, yeah, this is a holiday to be merry, so it's a time to drink. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with avoiding the drink, but sure, drinking a little bit to get your spirits up and having a great time is definitely part of the holiday.
Now let's talk about maybe some of the different unique aspects of the festival, really compared to some of the other Jewish holidays.
So it actually ties into what you just asked. Purim, the story was of this evil Haman who wanted to kill the Jews. And it's the first time in our history where we've had people who've wanted to kill us for being our religion, as opposed to just having us change our beliefs. Like in the story of Hanukkah, the more famous holiday, the Greeks were fine with the Jews with being alive. They just didn't want them to believe in the one God, and they wanted them to come over to their Greek beliefs. So therefore, this holiday is a very physical celebrated holiday with partying and drinking, and we're not celebrating the spiritual salvation of our people, but actually the physical salvation. So it's much more of a party.
No, it sounds wonderful. In fact, you brought a few things for us today. What do we have here?
So this is the Megillah, and this is the tradition to read it and listen to it once at night and once a day. This is actually a handwritten piece of parchment written by a scribe, and you can see.
Oh, look at that.
To see. And this is being read, and the story is and the mitzvah is to listen to the Megillah being read. And the famous part is when you hear the evil guy named Haman, you shake a noisemaker. This one's a present from my wife from the Ukraine, and this gets pretty loud whenever you hear the name Haman. So. You stamp your feet, you clap your hands, or you shake a grogger.
Well, let's not also forget you actually get some sweet treats on this too, don't you?
We do. These are the famous cookies called the Hamantashen. These are, or in Hebrew called Aznei Haman. The myth is, I don't think this is true, but the myth is that Haman had this triangular, you can imagine the sinister guy with a triangular hat. And in Hebrew, Aznei Haman are his ears of Haman. They had these triangular ears. But it's traditional to eat these cookies that have mostly fruit, a little jam or chocolate or any other type of filling, and fold it into a triangular cookie shape.
Now, there's actually a dress-up aspect to this whole holiday as well, right? Dress-up day?
Mm-hmm. So this story is a story, again, unlike Hanukkah, where there's no big miracles. The story is where Queen Esther the Jewish girl becomes queen. She happened to be beautiful, nothing miraculous about that. And she ends up stepping in when she hears that Haman wants to kill the Jewish people. She speaks to her husband and says, we got to get rid of this guy. So since there's no open miracles, we don't really see God in the story, we kind of dress up to commemorate that. And
so this is the celebration we're talking about. We appreciate you being here, bringing this wonderful and sharing again what today means to everyone starting tonight at sunset. We appreciate that. Okay, bring the kids and head to one of the many locations celebrating Purim. This year, you can find a Purim festival near you by going to Chabad.org.
Chabad.org.
Chabad.org/Purim. There you go.